I wanted to correct some incorrect statements that were made by the Rising to Learn communist bald-headed old guy back there. He said that you guys got rid of your 2 ambulance chasers and you didn't have any sort of legal consultation or ability to consult with attorneys. I know for a fact that WCPS retains the services of Miles and Stockbridge out of Baltimore. One of the partners there, Veronica Jackson, represents WCPS. I've talked to her several times in the past year since your general counsel left, and then her, I guess, deputy counsel or whatever you call that individual. So the statement that you guys have no legal representation is completely false. As far as criticizing the board for David Sovine leaving, one of the main reasons I was supportive of the current board members was because they did not like David Sovine, or at least that was my perception, and that he was going to be kicked out on his keister for the actions that he took while my son had to deal with WCPS. And for your history and your track record of supporting LGBTQ trans crap and doing horrible things to students, not letting disabled students go to school because they couldn't wear face masks in Virginia when you were down there in Frederick County. So I'm glad to see you go. That is not a flaw of the board. That is actually a function of that board being elected. They were elected for reform. We're getting the reform that we wanted. So to say that somehow David Sovine is leaving because he doesn't like the current board is ridiculous. He's leaving because the current board is not renewing his contract or offering him a new one, and they didn't want to buy his ass out to get him out any sooner. So anyhow, the other thing I want to talk about is the Epstein list. No one in Washington County politics is on the Epstein list except for Commissioner Derek Harvey. 9 times he appears on the Epstein list. Remember that when you go to vote this Republican primary. The teachers are here complaining about 1% pay raises. I just want to point out that the commissioners tomorrow at 4:30 at 100 West Washington Street have a salary increase commission study tomorrow. You guys can attend. It's open to the public at 4:30. Wherein they're going to give themselves an 8.14% pay raise. It's stocked full of people who are friends with the county commissioners to do like a civilian review board to see if an 8.14% increase for the commissioner's pay is warranted. I'm sure that all these people who are friends of the commissioners, like that Mr. Fry fella, are going to in fact support them getting their pay raises. So if you're concerned about a 1% pay raise for teachers, that does sound like it's not keeping up with inflation. I can assure you 8.14% for the commissioners. They're not going to notice a thing. Real quick, this is Commissioner John Barr getting an 8.14% pay raise wearing a snakeskin suit. Just so you know, this gentleman supported Governor Wes Moore, a Democrat, and gave him $250 on August 1st by credit card. He endorsed them in October, and then he got kickbacks in the form of electrical subsidies for solar panel installation to the tune of $17 million in the state fund that was not previously allocated. That's basically going to go into the pocket of people like John Barr, specifically John Barr and I think some guy named Mr. Eby, some kind of a farmer. Real quick, anyone concerned with the budget, if you voted for Wes Moore, he reduced our funding to WCPS this past year by millions of dollars. So if you voted for Wes Moore, you're getting what you paid for. And if you're a teacher complaining about not getting a pay raise, why don't you try voting Republican? Okay? If you want to keep voting for people like Matt Schindler, House of Delegates, who votes like a communist, though he's a nice guy, he's going to continue to cut the pay and the reimbursement to Washington County, put the burden on the county, and you're going to end up with 1% pay raises. So don't go blaming any Republican on this board for your pay raises, because the money's not there, because Governor Wes Moore doesn't give it to anyone but his corrupt little friends like Commissioner John Barr. Anyhow, guys, remember that when it comes time to vote, and thank you for your time.